What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Oh my god, people. Oh my god. Fake Paul versus Mike Bumry. Yeah, to be fair, I should have known this was coming. What's the Eddie Alvarez fight? What's this cornball here? Mike Bumry, sorry. What's Mike Bumry? To be fair, it's not his fault, yeah? It's not his fault. It's this big bag of milk looking ass, Fake Paul. He had about 40 pounds in there. It was unbelievable. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Look at this guy. He looked like 30, 40 pounds. Yeah, and even then, he got clipped a few times, and he didn't want to fight. Muktapa made a thing and said that he had 40 pounds, and he was still shitting himself. Yeah, he was. Anytime, listen, this guy Mike Perry was pressure fighting with his hands literally by his knees at points. Yeah. Seriously, there is an epidemic of I don't know what's in boxing gyms. Yeah, if you're going to be the aggressive zombie style people, what fighter, successful fighter, have you ever seen wade forward with their hands by their knees? Not Pitbull Cruz, not Canelo Alvarez, not Beterbiev, no one, not Errol Spence, not Mike, anyone who's not Golovkin. It's really that simple. It's really not hard. It's fascinating to me watching this. Yeah, and the reason I thought Fake Paul would win. I mean, Mike Perry apparently weighed in the ring like he was 190, and Fake Paul was 220 something, 30 odd pounds. So I think Fake Paul made Mike Perry weigh in more than he normally would be. He said I weigh 190 now. He weighed in 196. They told him, oh, drink a whole bunch of water so that it don't look so bad. This guy Fake Paul is the biggest bag of milk I've ever seen, and he's useless as well, people. Seriously, he's useless. He's useless. Yeah, and it's funny because in yesterday's video, I talked about Alex Pereira's 6'4", and he's even bigger than Fake Paul. And Fake Paul's soft with no gas. And Fake Paul, soft, no gas. It's all fake weight. It's all like bag of milk weight. He's not 6'4" like Pereira. He don't know how to fight. He don't want to fight like Pereira. When Pereira clicks him on that big, elongated, someone else said it's a HGH chin. It's like this. It's not a good chin. It's just it's like massive. Yeah, have you ever seen one of them Donnies with a double? I'm not sure what they call them. It's like a defect. Let's have a look what it's called. Defective chin. Have a look. What is this here? Defective chin. No. Mammoth chin. Defective chin. Showing all recessed. What's the opposite of recessed? Big chin. Let's put 100%. Big chin disease. Yeah. This one here. Fake Paul, he come from this lineage here. Look at this guy. Yeah, when he was doing the celebration afterwards on the blower. Look at this guy here. He's got a massive block chin. I'm telling you, this one here, this lineage. Centuries of inbreeding to blame for the Habsburg draw. That's it, Habsburg's draw. Habsburg draw. He's suffered from this one because he's from the Cabal as well. He's from the Habsburg line. Inbreeding, one of them ones. Not his fault. That's why he tried to cover it up with a beard, but you best believe I see through that one. Yeah, and this guy here saying, oh, Alex Pereira this. Alex Pereira would punch his head off. He don't want that. And I think there's a good chance Mike will punch his head off as well. So I watched back the Roy Jones fight, and Mike, he was slipping and stepping. Fake Paul. Who here saw Fake Paul look to exchange once in the pocket? Nope. He was 230 pounds fighting a man who was good for nothing. Yeah. And Fake Paul was backpedaling. Now, the goof troop, the fake Paul supporters will say, oh, IB, it's good boxing. No, he's scared to fight. That's the truth. Because fake Paul was the one engaging the clinches. Yeah? And when you got Mike Tyson in there, yeah, you might try and cling on for dear life, yeah, but watch the Roy Jones fight back. Might just step and slip. And fake Paul be like... all his shots are like, all of his fake Paul shots, even the finishing combos. He looks like Deontay Wilder. Fake Paul thinks he looks like Canelo when he's punching, but he looks like Wilder. Wilder is actually who he looks like. He has no technique. He looks at the floor. Even Tim Bradley said on the cast, he said Jake Paul closes his eyes when he's punching. He closes his eyes, look at the floor. Yeah, and people can say, well, but he keeps winning. He keeps winning against old, 30-pound lighter, 4 weeks notice wrestlers. Yeah, who are no good. And to be quite frank, if you put Bam Rodriguez in there with this dude, or Inoue in there with this dude, even though they're 120 pound or whatever it is, they'd go in there and fake Paul. He wouldn't know what was going on. He wouldn't. He'd be slooping over here, slooping over there, and they'd just whoop and touch him to the body. That's what it would be. And he'll be folded like a big bag of milk that he is. That's what would happen. No doubt about that. And even Pereira will fold this guy. And the reason he called Pereira out is because to be fair, Dana don't like Jake. Yeah, Dana does not like Jake. So listen, Dana had no problem sanctioning McTapper versus Mayweather. So for the good of boxing, Dana White needs to sanction. And plus also Pereira, it's quite convenient actually how this has happened. Because Dana White, I believe it was UFC 303 or UFC 300, Alex Pereira came in late notice, must be 303, to replace Conor McGregor. And he saved the show kind of thing. And Dana said, I'll do anything for this man. Oops. Because as much as Alex Pereira is probably getting paid in the UFC, the fake Paul fight is going to be double that. So Dana can hit two birds with one stone. He can put Pereira on, and he can save the sport of boxing, which Dana claims to be his greatest love. Like, there was one fight that he was at his USC event, and he had the laptop on, and he was watching Canelo box. So, Dana, man, you got to put this man on. That's what you got to do. Because this guy, he don't box like that. And yeah, Pereira can be leaky. Pereira relies a lot on his kickboxing rather than pure boxing. But still, fake Paul's not exactly tight. Just because fake Paul can go in there with dudes, Mike Perry's like 5'9". Yeah, so when you're 5'9" and you're fighting someone 6'2" and 30 pounds heavier, all they have to do is step back, and you've got to take 2 steps, right? So it makes the person coming forward look clumsy, and it makes the person backpedaling look like, oh, they're in control, they're boxing. But when you get in there with Pereira, and he does that moody backpedaling he'd be doing, but he's still within Pereira's range because Pereira's longer, he's gonna be shit out of luck. Yeah. And I do not believe this guy, people. This guy, how many times this guy hit Mike Perry clean? Couldn't put him out. Yeah, this is Mike Perry. I believe this is 140-pound Mike Perry. Yeah, fake Paul ain't putting nothing clean with Pereira. That's what he's not going to do. I don't believe it. And if he does, fair play to him. That would be the first legitimate win. Because guess what? A lot of the fake Paul fans, bro, he's undefeated, bro, listen, Timmy fumbles. Yeah, he's no good in boxing. That's a well-established fact. He no good. And you lost to him. Yeah, fake Paul fought one E-level boxer, his own age and his own weight, and he lost / went life and death. Got his head boxed off. And that's what I was telling you about the range thing. When someone's a midget, when someone's a manlet, 5'5" like Mike Perry, and having to toddler feet their way in, fake Paul looks really, oh my god, he's catching him everything. But when Tommy was in there, right, someone who's taller than Jake, all of a sudden, Jake couldn't do nothing on the back foot, right? All of a sudden, he could do nothing really any time. He was good for nothing, because fake Paul don't want to fight. Fake Paul could have stuck it on Tommy, but he didn't want to. He only knows how to win by backpedaling against old, slow, small, short dudes. Yeah? But Mike, listen, Mike's old. That is, listen, no doubt about that. Mike is super old. He's super long in the tooth. And that footage from the Roy Jones fight, and the Roy Jones fight was exhibition. So I don't believe Mike was really ripping off. But still, there's another 4 years there. And those are the most detrimental years, right? Every year after like 45, they're not linear anymore, if that makes sense. Well, probably it's earlier than that, but you get the point I'm making. It's like a year's worth 2 years so, at some point in terms of the aging effects. So, for example, from 22 to 23, that's not really a year of aging in terms of actual difference. But from 55 to 56, it's probably like 3 years of aging. But then again, Mike Tyson's footage looks clean. And you best believe, I told you already, I'm going to be backing some coin on Mike Tyson. Let's smoke this dude. I think this dude's just too leaky. Fake Paul. He just too... He all over the place, man. He all over the place. When he comes in with his chin in the air, looking at the floor, eyes closed, looping over here, looping over there. And yeah, he has this big, like, ponderous jab. He kind of steps in, looks at the floor, and pumps his arm out. People, watch the Roy Jones fight back. Yeah, Mike Tyson is used to slipping shots from, like, Lennox Lewis. Piston, triple jabs. Slip. People, when Fake Paul steps in with his big old estrogenic bag of milk, Mike gonna slip that off. I can just tell you now, 59 years old or not, he gonna slip that. That's what I can guarantee you. Yeah, he gonna slip that. Fake Paul stepping in, clubbing his moody jab along. Just people, he was catching Mike Perry. People, just because Mike Perry don't have no head movement, don't have no guard, is completely useless. He ain't no Mike Tyson. That's what he's not. Yeah. So watch back the Mike Tyson fight versus Roy Jones. Roy Jones doesn't have a ponderous kind of. Roy Jones is one of the quickest. Obviously, he's older now, but still, Roy Jones was slapping out jabs, and Mike was like, yeah. So when Fake Paul's in there, just throwing his big bag of milk hands around, his FTM female to male hands around, it's gonna be a wrap for him. I'm telling you now, it will be a wrap for him. You put a tenner on Mike, you get what? £25 profit back. So you best believe that's what I'm fixing to do in November if it gets there. Because people, I'm betting on Mike to beat Fake Paul. I'm betting on Pereira to beat Fake Paul. And anyone who's half decent will beat him. He's no good. People, Tommy is... Fake Paul ducked the Tommy rematch. Fact. Fake Paul had a rematch clause. Tommy Fury was obligated to fight Fake Paul in a rematch. Guess what? Fake Paul didn't execute it. He didn't want it. Because he enjoys winning and pretending to be like the big boss. In reality, he an old wrestler slayer. Which is fine. I mean, it's not even just they're old, it's their weight as well. He's not even fighting old 205ers. He's fighting old 155 pounders. Yeah? That's just shocking, isn't it? You should be fighting old 205 pounders. That's what you should be doing, Fake Paul. Because you're weighing 220 pounds. You shouldn't be fighting old 155 pounders, Nate Diaz and Mike Perry. Old, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be doing that. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing. Proper cringe, people. And then he gets on the mic afterwards, just talking a whole bunch of just, whoa, this guy's a clown. Seriously. I can't believe I backed this guy before. He's a proper clown. Yeah, it was cool at the start. Well, in my opinion it was. Oh, he's doing something. But this guy's not improving at all. He's made no improvements. At all. He's done the same thing. His best fight was the Gibb fight. That's when he actually looked like a boxer. Now he looks like a Deontay Wilder, but with no power. Yeah? Just like armed what's that? I can't play it, but watch the finishing sequence. Fake Paul's just clubbing. He's throwing shots like this. Like, it's like, oh my god. Shocking to watch. It was horrible to watch. Ugly to watch. Ugly, really horrible. Really messy to watch. And that was against a man. How can a man with no guard go 6 rounds with this guy? How is that possible? I just don't understand it. How is that possible, people? How can he go 6 rounds with this guy? His face, Mike Perry was coming in with his hands on it, but people, Mike Perry, look here. Mike Perry was walking forward with his hands by his waist, / at one point they were by his knees, no cap. I saw Mike Perry put his guard up properly once or twice. The rest of the time, everywhere but. All that talk from Perry, man. Yeah, he trying to promote the fight. But come on, bro. It really is a travesty, the quality of trainers in the world today. Because this was pathetic. Yeah, and anyone who trains... They say, oh, well, Ariel Shilwani, Top Shekel, he was saying, yeah. No. And this shows boxing's a different sport. No, it doesn't. Boxing really isn't a different sport to bare knuckle. Bare knuckle, this guy, Mike Perry, is still leaky. Yeah? It's never advantageous to have your hands by your waist and your chin in the air. It just isn't. You show me a pressure fighter who wants to be like a rugged dude who pulled it off. I've never seen one. I've never seen one pull it off with their hands down by their waist. Just haven't, people. So that's the bottom line. Damn sure we might... People, if there was someone who could pull it off, walking full with your hands down, it'd be someone... I'm not sure. How did Naz fight? I think Naz might have been a bit like that. Let's have a look at some Naz footage. Prince. I remember he had his hands down a lot, but he might have been in a kind of aggressive low-hander. But the difference is, Naz had head movement for days. He'd know how to step in and slip and roll off, and he'd be doing the most with it. Not just goofing off. Not just standing there walking for... Yeah. So Naz is probably the only one. And he wasn't an out-and-out pressure fighter, but he was somewhat offensive. He wasn't an pure-out boxer. But again, the head movement was on point. And even then, his head movement, he got clipped way too much. Got put down way too much. So even if you could pull it off, Naz is probably the best example of someone who's able to be aggressive with their hands down. Again, he got put down a whole bunch. Probably when he didn't need to. There's a time that's one of the best fighters, I believe. When you look at Terence Crawford in particular, Bivol, Crawford and Bivol, they know when it's time to you can drop your lead hand, and when it's time to glove up and shell up, keep it tight. It's not one or the other. But Mike Perry, I don't know what he was on. Anyway, people, whack fights, frustrating to watch. I never want to see anything like that again. People, if I never see anything like that again in my life, it'll be a blessing. You best believe. And I had a bit of hope. Obviously, Michael Bisping was gassing me. Yeah. Mike Perry gonna do it. They gas every mixed martial arts cut, man. They gas him. Yeah, he gonna do this. He gonna do that. I won't lie to you. Pereira will handle that though. People, if I'm wrong, I'm going down with the ship. Pereira will handle that, and I can't wait to watch it. Yeah. You best believe it. He'll handle that like work. He'll handle that Hasberg jaw looking ass. That's what he'll do. You understand, people? Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. No doubt about it. Stop it.